Hey YouTube, just making a video about this RAM mount. As you can see, it's a RAM mount X grip, and it's just a phone holder, but it's pretty robust. And I first got introduced to RAM mounts actually when I bought this laptop mount for my vehicle. I spend a lot of time in the car and work a lot in the car, so this is to hold your laptop. Works out really well. And just sit here, and that is on a similar ball socket as well. There's one knob just behind that side, pretty much identical to this one, and it pretty much swings any direction you want it to. So I can sit in the driver's seat on this side and type, watch a movie or whatever, and do the same thing from the passenger side, which is where I normally do. I just kick the seat all the way back, and you got plenty of room to work. And yeah, so I got another brochure about this phone mount, and so I thought I'd give it a try, because I had all these other ones from Amazon that I ended up returning. Just didn't really feel that great, and they kept falling off. So got this one, and it was actually after I saw somebody with a motorcycle who had this mounted on their gas tank, and I asked him about it, and he said, yeah, I mean, obviously he's riding around on a motorcycle with this exposed. I mean, granted, it's behind somewhat of the windshield, but never had any problems. So I thought I'd give it a try, and I gotta say, this is all metal right here. This has really good spring tension, and these were, when it first came, these little rubber feet, they do slide on and off, and I didn't like that, so I just put a drop of glue behind them and then shove these feet on. They slide in and out, and never had any problems. This is kind of a little sticky material. If your phone does hit that, then it just reduces, it actually increases the friction, so it doesn't slide around as much. But this right here, you turn it on and off where it sucks it down. So I found the best way is you actually put it all the way to the off position, and it's a plunger that pushes down, and then you go ahead and place it on the mounting surface, and then click it. It locks into the on position, and it just gets really good suction. So as you can tell, I mean, I'm putting quite a bit of force on this, and you can see the dash lifting up, but it is not coming off. And one quick little dial for the ball, and I found this position was the best. So my phone, it's a Android, Motorola Android, not really sure, I think, and phone sits just barely above here, so it doesn't hit the power button, and then you just pinch it and it'll hold it in place. And I find that having it in the middle position, so this is pretty much dead center where the hazard lights are, versus over to the left hand side of the windshield, it blocks that, it's easier to show you over here. It blocks this corner, so if I'm coming around the turn, it does, when sometimes you can't really see the curb that you're actually making a left-hand turn, and I didn't really like that lack of visibility. Just for certain conditions, it can be a safety, just for safety reasons. So right here in the middle, the phone sits just below my eye line where I can see entire 180 degrees, and it doesn't block anything on the lane, and I still have a clear sight of everything in front of me. So the middle position, and all I have to do, the phone, you can just tilt it this way, and so it's kind of just angled towards you a little bit, because I still like it looking at the straight ahead position, and just the phone, is slightly tilted towards me. And I found that to be the best position rather than by the A-pillar. So, and I know people are going to ask, people always ask me what all this stuff is in my car, so I guess I'll go ahead and just explain it. This is a WeBoost cell phone booster, and here's where you actually place the phone. And I can do this while I'm driving. When I'm in an area with low signal, I'll be driving and I'll just pick up my phone, because usually I'm on Bluetooth, but I'll just take that phone, I'll hit the up the top of it, slide it up, and then the bottom, resting the feet, and you just sandwich the phone in there, and this amplifies the signal through that antenna. Underneath the dash, there is a power booster, which I wired in to just a wire that's hot all the time. And I made sure that the parasitic draw is not high enough where it's going to kill the battery. So just something, if you do want to do that, got to make sure of that. I've had my car sit at the airport for 2.5 weeks and started up just fine. So yeah, and like I said, I've checked how much the parasitic draws, and I don't remember the exact amperage, but it was, I don't know, I can't say, but very, very minimal to what the normal parasitic draw is allowable. So that antenna, yes, they technically want it above, outside on the car on the top, but I don't like the look of it or the idea of that sitting on the outside of my vehicle. So it does work there, and I usually get about 2 more bars of service when I need it, or I'm running Wi-Fi on a hotspot. So it does work. Probably not as good as advertised, or it could be with that antenna actually sitting on the outside. But if I was really that desperate, I would probably just take it, and I got enough cord there where I can just string it up out the window, temporarily place it on the top of the roof, and there's a magnetic base. But normally when I'm driving and I'm low on signal, that position right there is usually where it lives, the antenna. And like I said, I hit all the wires where it runs underneath, and it comes up right here. So usually that's tucked in better. So that's it, and this is pretty much the only thing that's exposed, and it's about as clean as I can get it, and that just kind of hangs there. So yep. But anyways, the RAM mounts, I know a lot of my reviews aren't for new products, and I understand the draw for the new products that come out and why people do reviews and the unboxing. There's value in that. But to me, I always want to know about a quality item, and really even the value behind reviews like this. If I've had this for a year and a half now, is that this company makes, I shop by brands usually, and because there's so many out there, but they make a quality product, and I tend to go back to those companies that I look at a product with a good warranty, a solid build, even better that's US made, and I'm like, okay, let's give it a try. And I think the value in my reviews is to see just how well does it hold up over time. And I gotta say, for these RAM mounts, what is it called, tough tray, it pulls out. All these feet are adjustable up and down for whichever type of laptop that you have. So even a real thick one like a tough book that they make it for, because this is the same exact mount that a lot of service trucks are running, and a lot of law enforcement are running as well. So same deal. Mine's a universal mount down there. They have ones that are specific mounts for certain vehicles too. So, but this is a universal one. Works great. So, but yeah, the RAM mount company, great stuff. This one, because it is a ball socket back here, you can rotate this head. You can rotate this head. So instead of running the vertical, you can run it horizontally as well, if that's the position you like. So I like this way. Like I said, the phone sits right above here, and it doesn't hinder my vision at all in my lane or the lane next to me. That's the thing. I know it seems like it might, but it really doesn't. Versus when you put it close to the A-pillar, because you already have that pillar, and then you add something there. I can't explain it, but it does make a bigger hindrance to your vision when you put it in the A-pillar. So yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Have any questions, just put it down in the comments. I will try to get back to you. Yeah, for a while I wasn't seeing my emails for the comments that came through, so I apologize for that. Yeah, I do try to get back to the comments. But yeah, like I said, as a company, Ram Mount, they make a quality product. Nobody's paying me for this. I just thought I'd share the information. Pretty good stuff here they make. So if that's what you're looking for, a good solid mount. Like I said, I saw a guy with a motorcycle running one of these, and he hasn't had any issues. There's definitely enough tension on here and these rubber feet to hold the phone. And it's a good solid build. The suction cup works really well. So yeah, I will say one thing, that about 3 times a year I do find this thing laying in my driver's seat. About 3 times a year. And I guess when it just temperature changes and whatnot and the suction gives out finally, that it does fall. So on a motorcycle, if you plan on running it, probably every day or every time you're riding, I would probably check it just to see how stout that is. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know if people are going to leave them out on a bike just because pretty easy for somebody to take it. And I don't think these are the cheapest. I don't remember, sorry guys. But, you know, all they have to do is pop this switch and yeah. But yep, yeah, great little laptop mount and this WeBoost deal. This probably was about $200-300, and I had it when I was just working where there was not a lot of signal, and yeah, I needed to download some drawings. You had to drive 15 miles away from the location to the main road where you would get signal, and then download a drawing and then come back. And if you need anything else, checking emails or what have you, you'd have to go back to the road and come back. And I was like, this is ridiculous. So went to the local Best Buy, or I think it was Best Buy, and they had one of these. So I looked on their website, had pretty good reviews. And like I said, when I was out there, you can go from 0 signal to actually some signal. So even in emergencies, when there's zero signal, granted that you are somewhere reasonably within distance of a cell phone tower, but I remember at one time where you had that X where you had no signal, and then I pop it into this thing and had about 2 bars. You can actually get a call out if you needed to, but I just really wanted it I needed it for download speeds. And sometimes when I'm traveling through different towns, you find that you hit somewhat of a dead spot, and those areas where it really comes in handy when you're on a phone call. So yeah, I know it's a lot, but yeah, it's just how my car's set up. Got some other things here, but I think those are the main things of a phone mount, a cell booster, and a workstation laptop. So yeah, you know, I've seen people use it for gaming, passengers sitting there, or I guess, you know, you can have your kids watch something if you want to do that. But yeah, I mean, I've sat on when I have nothing to do. Just sit there for an hour at lunchtime, and you can watch a movie, I guess, and eat if you wanted to. But it does work pretty well, and you can transfer. Just this pole part comes out. So this is the mount down here. From this part down, you can take that apart. This will go into any of the other mounts if you change vehicles. So you'll have to buy a different mounting system. If you have the universal one, sure, it'll work. If there's a vehicle specific one, then you can just change that base plate and just keep on rolling. So hope you guys enjoyed. All right, thanks. Bye.